Right then, it's a quick walk around video for a fabulous Lexus, and this is a IS 300 hybrid. It's the luxury model. Car's covered just 51,000 miles from new and has a full Lexus service history. That comprises 10 recorded services and recently done actually in terms of the mileage. Finished in silver with the half leather interior and in very, very nice condition. Go around the car, still a fresh looking car. Could be launched today and still look good in my opinion. Lights and lenses clear, intact. There's no cracks, no condensation there. Bonnet exceptionally clean. You can't see the stench of any note on there. There will be the odd minor one of course. Near side beautifully smoothed down the panels. Near side front alloy, very good condition, just the tiniest bit of curbing. Obviously it's the one that's closest to the curb. I'm actually going to take the brunt of it. Near side rear, again, very good generally for an 11-year-old car, but again with just a tiny little bit there. Come around the back, very clean and tidy. To the opposite side of the car, the driver's side. Again, beautifully smooth down the flanks. Side rear alloy, beautiful condition, and furthest away from the curb as I said. And final alloy again in fantastic condition, and it really is for a car of its age. Quite beautiful condition there. Coming to the boot area, really good sized boot on the car, and as you expect of a Lexus, very nicely finished. It's coming into the back, plenty of room, marked improvement over the previous generation in that respect. Half leather interior again looks absolutely lovely and in beautiful condition back here. Let's come around on the front and the passenger side, and all very clean and tidy. Passenger seat been given hardly any use. Finally coming in on the driver's side. Floor area is very clean, full set of original Lexus mats, and driver's seat again for the age is in superb condition. So inside the car now. Engine's running as always, so the dash is illuminated. What a stunning interior this is. Sat nav, you can see, working exactly as it should there. Pop the car into reverse, got that lovely clear parking camera, and that complements the front and rear parking sensors. Coming on down. Just been kept really nicely, such an interesting design. Coming to the main dash pinnacle, hopefully you can see. 51,801 miles. Engine's running, there's no warning lights on the car. That's the dash display you get in eco and normal mode. Put into sport mode and magically you see a rev counter and red light on the dash in the background there. The gauges, they're incredibly clear. They don't look digital in any way, but it's remarkable what they do there. But it is in lovely condition. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. And then this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Lexus IS 300 hybrid, and it's the luxury model. The car's registered 51,802 miles. The reason, by the way, we do these videos is very simple. It's to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of the cars we're selling, they get to see that very car in operation. And, we know it can be really frustrating to go and see a car which can look perfectly good in a photograph or a description, but only to get there and find out actually it's got a fundamental fault which shows up as soon as you drive the car. We also do the road tests on these very quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and this actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, with the hope being that it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you go on driving the car. This particular car has been very, very well looked after. All of the servicing conducted by the Lexus main dealers, and it's had 10 services in total from recollection. Worth pointing out, driving along, no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car for that matter. Temperature gauge running just between a third and a half, which is exactly where it's meant to be. It's a simply sensational setup. This is what's commonly referred to now as a self-charging hybrid. So basically what they mean is, that's just parking sensors by the way, you're never going to have any range anxiety in terms of battery, because that's not the way it works. and battery won't run out. You'll just run low on fuel, stand at a pump rather smugly for a couple of minutes, fill it up again, and off you go. So you drive it, run it, everything as a normal petrol car, so there's no change in what you have to do. The only change is when you come to drive the car, and even that is just so brilliantly done. The engineering is sensational. The interaction between the engine and the hybrid system, and battery coming in, battery coming off, and engine coming in, it is all but seamless. It's incredibly done. What I love about it is what I'm going to do right now. When you come to a stop, you get that kind of same sensation as being an electric car. You just whir away silently, completely smoothly, and even the very best, automatic conventional cars, even Lexus's own, the 250, which is a great car, they're not as seamless as that at low speed. They're not as soothing when you're manoeuvring around. It really is quite wonderful. You can also run the engine in 3 different modes, normal, eco and sport. Obviously self-explanatory. It defaults to normal when you start the car. If you want to change it, little knob down here, turn to the left to go into eco mode, which I've used, but generally around town. 99% of my driving has been done in normal mode in the ones I've had. But if you twist it to the right, suddenly rev counter appears, but there is a discernible difference in the pickup of the car in terms of its performance and throttle response. But they're all applicable to anyone that wants to use them. Come to the gearbox itself, CVT gearbox, the perfect companion. The bigger the engines get with CVTs, generally the better they work. Smaller engine ones, the engines have to work harder, so they'll flare up a lot. With this, it hardly ever does unless you're really brutal with the throttle. But what the CVT means is it's in the most, because it's constantly variable, it's optimizing your economy at all times to run you at the lowest revs possible. So that's the genius of it, but also it means it's incredibly smooth on the move. It's simply the two together, the engine, the hybrid system and the battery system, is, as I said, stuff of witchcraft in my opinion, how it works, but it is incredibly effective and so refined on the move. It's incredibly smooth and comfortable, and going quiet rather. Then we move on to the steering and chassis. Steering, of course, being rear wheel drive, it's got the advantage of not having to sort of fight the front wheels, and it just means that you've just got this lovely direct steering in the car, very quick but beautifully weighted, and it allows the car to kind of flow through corners with pinpoint accuracy. It also, by the way, tracks absolutely dead straight. The chassis itself, and I say this in every video for an IS 300, so for fear of repeating myself, I just think this hits a real sweet spot. Its class competitors will be C-Class Mercedes, 3 Series BMW, and probably Audi, if you want the premium quality cars in the class. The Audi and the Mercedes are just nice, comfortable cars, and if that's all you want from a car, that's great. But that's it. They're pretty one-dimensional, but that's my opinion. The BMW is the sporty one out of all of them. So if you value driving above everything else, then I'd still recommend a 3 Series. Not for reliability, but certainly for that. But if you're not in the mood, they can be quite harsh and unyielding. This manages to give you a very comfortable ride, not as cosseting as a C-Class, but far more comfortable than a 3 Series, generally speaking. But what it also does is it allows it to have the ability to go through corners really, with 90% of what the BMW can give you. So it's very, very capable indeed, I have to say. And on roads you don't know, it never becomes flustered. It's thoroughly enjoyable to drive. Really, really lovely car. I've owned a few of them, and I like my cars. I like driving, and it feels agile. It feels quick to respond in a really good way. Also worth pointing out, there's absolutely no clonks, rattles, anything from underneath the vehicle at all. So all in good order there. Brakes on the car are fantastic.
They're powerful. There's absolutely no pulsing or vibrations coming back through the pedal at all, which is one thing you don't want. And then sitting inside the car, great driving position, very comfortable seats over the long distance, very good visibility in the car. But then you've got this dash design, which is beautifully put together. Of course, the whole car is, but it's interesting. And it's not just a gimmick, because it works. But I just love the detailing that Lexus put into everything they do. It's beautifully done. The high up sat-nav system works perfectly. Down below that, dual zone climate control system, again, pumps out ice cold air. We've checked that in a nice warm workshop. All of the switch gear has a lovely high quality damped feel no matter what you press or twist. And then your dash binnacle in front, simple, legible, easy to read dials. And as I mentioned, you can have the eco gauge on the left, or when I go into sport, it morphs into a rev counter, which you would never believe was digital, because the graphics get so good. But it's relatively minimalist. There's plenty of information. You've got a information screen in the middle of it, but it doesn't dominate the screen or distract. You've just got these big, good old-fashioned dials, which works beautifully. And then this lovely leather-bound steering wheel. You can really tell this car's been looked after. Drives absolutely beautifully. Can't fault it.